Welcome back. It's been a rough week. Didn't quite get to do the adventures I wanted to in here, but still had fun. Spent at least 4 days riding around for 5-6 hours. She's done great. No real complaints. At least now, since I've been in the water for a week and a half, I have my draft readings. Just sitting there without riding or people on it, I'm at 13 inches in the stern, 9 inches on the bow. Now once 2 or 3 people step aboard, I'm down to about 10 inches on the bow and about 11 inches on the stern. Maybe 10 and a half on the bow, but that's good. It's got more water stains. I did have some dock rash, and when I picked up today for launch, 14-mile-an-hour winds. Oh man, this thing's a sail. Wind took her from me, and I hit the corner of a dock pretty hard. Wasn't a whole lot I can do about it. It just tells me I really need to find my bumpers. And while it was pouring down raining 3 days ago, I went and scrubbed this entire thing down, because see the brown spots? I had fungus, like little mushrooms growing right there. I thought that might be an indication that my paint was too thin and some canvas was exposed, but the paint's pretty thick. But either way, I'm going to put another coat of paint on the house. I didn't want to, but I will. And I'll show you why on the other side. The other side of the boat, I scrubbed really hard on this side. This is the side, it's got tree sap stains. After I scrubbed it, I could really see it, because you know, I'm under an oak tree. So all these stains I scrubbed and scrubbed, they're in there pretty good. So both gonna get another coat of white. I'm thinking about going with another color, but for sure it's gonna get another coat of white unless I decide another color. Like I say, I like the white because it helps reflect heat, but it man also gets dirty fast, really fast. It's been a rough week. Caught a blowout in the Toyota, $400 tire. I went in a 2-foot deep with a culvert drain hole in the middle of a parking lot. It was flooded. You couldn't see the hole. The grading was missing. It was just a 2-foot by 2-foot hole, and I went in there and I pinched the tire on the rim. You can see my rim actually contacted the concrete, and I was only doing 5 miles an hour. And I blew that tire instantly. I had to throw the spare on in the heavy pour down rain. That was fun. Anyway, back to the paint. The white. Look how dirty this thing is. Bugs. What happened was every night, little bugs, they only live about 24 hours. They come in here, they hold on, they die. And the moisture in the morning soaks them through, and they leave stains. Little bugs. See, a bunch of them right there, little bugs. I still need to sand and paint the front deck, but every morning I have thousands of these little bugs just on the deck, chilling out, dead. And they were chilling out before they died. And I need to put my roof, because you can see it attracts bugs as well. At night, see the little birds gonna return, but there's a little wren that comes here at night, tucks his head in the corner and sleeps about the size of a golf ball. Cute little thing. But he was sleeping here until I started launching the boat. So we'll see if he'll return. But, I picked up all my loose items for travel, and I'm finally back on shore power. Have AC again. I have to check my footage, how long it's been, but I think it's been in the water over a week. Yeah, it's been over a week. About maybe 9 days she's been in the water. I just picked up my loose items. I emptied my ballast tanks. Once I got the nose up on the trailer, I started dumping my ballast. If not, I would have made my bow another 2 inches higher, about a 7-inch draft on the bow, and it would have been easier for the wind to sway it over. And it was hard enough to put us on the trailer. I had to get my dad to come help me, give me some assistance. I had to nose up on the trailer and tie a long rope to the stern cleat and have my dad pull on an angle from the dock to try and keep the boat straight so I can crank her up. But this is how I travel with everything. Nothing came out of place. Everything's the way I put it. Like I said, going down the highway. Now, I mean, so far I've launched it once since the interior's been built, so I've got about 8 miles traveled. Nothing looks damaged. I do have an area right here that looks like it was water damage. So I don't know if I have a leak or it was an old leak, because at one time after I painted, I was sealing the windows up. I forgot to tighten this window down and this window down. I had water pouring in, a heavy pouring down through this window. So it's possible water could have traveled. I have a 2x3 in the wall going this direction. It's possible water could have traveled and settled there. I'm gonna have to check to see if that's a current leak. It doesn't feel soft, but I didn't notice the leak before. I didn't notice that wrinkle before. I knew I had a slight wrinkle here. You can't see it on camera, but I can feel it with my finger. I have a slight little wrinkle from water damage. So that's something I'm gonna have to look into. But everything else seemed to fare pretty good. My ceiling didn't fall. Like I said, I launched twice. It's about 5 or 6 miles to the boat launch. So that's one way. So let's say I got 12 miles on the road in this thing. Nothing's really falling apart. I was afraid my brad nails would come loose on my panel gaps, because the only thing holding the ceiling on was brad nails, and brad nails don't hold that good on paneling. I was supposed to come back with some actual panel nails with heads. I never did. I will, I just never did. About every 4 inches I got a brad nail. But yeah, I'm happy she's back home. We have a storm building up in the Gulf. We actually had heavy rains all week, so I couldn't get much riding time in this week. But I did manage three solid days of 6 to 8 hours riding, and one day we spent about 3 hours riding, and a couple of night cruises. So I was happy I did manage to put some time on it. I did not get to go camping because with all the rain and the high tide, I was afraid once I crossed the locks, and let's say the tide's really high, the locks are not going to open. Then my boat would have been stuck back there. And I did have a few doctor's appointments this week, and I have a couple next week, plus I'm working tomorrow. So I knew if I left the boat in the water, there was a possibility the weather's going to start deteriorating. There's a possibility my boat would have been stuck there, and whatever storm we get, the boat would have just had to ride out in the water. Today was 14-mile-an-hour winds. I didn't want to pick up at 14-mile-an-hour winds, but I had to take the gamble, because like I said, tomorrow I'm working. Tuesday I got a side job. By Wednesday that storm was supposed to be crawling out the Gulf on the land with very bad weather, high winds. So I guess I'm gonna block this thing up to where I don't get the trailer sway. Block it up, unhook it from the truck, secure everything, and maybe start picking up some of my mess in the yard. And that's about all I'm doing with the houseboat for now. But now that I did ride it, I know what I need to do with my ballast, my water tanks. These 2 house batteries are going to get moved from here to the front deck. I'm going to build matching bench seats on both sides of the door in the front, and one bench seat is going to house the 2 house batteries, and the other bench seat is going to house two water tanks. And I may get rid of this closet, this water cabinet I made. I'm going to drop this cabinet down to even with the bottom of the futon. That way I can put my pillows on top, because this bed is 6 foot, I'm 5'10". That would give me more headroom. It would be like an extension of the bed. So this water cabinet is going to go. And I'm going to reroute my water plumbing underneath to the bow to accommodate the new water tanks. And I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do that, but that's what needs to happen. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm probably going to be landlocked, stuck on the trailer. But that's alright, I got things to do. I'm just waiting on funds, I guess. Funds and good weather. Today is a pretty day, the rest of the week will not be. So when funds allow, I'm going to start doing that work. But I got plenty of time to plan it out, and then I may even finish my shower. That the next time it goes in the water, maybe this boat will be complete, 100% ready to use. I can take care of all my receptacle covers. I was going to add cabinets. I started to, you can see my hose, but I didn't. I wanted to take it down. I had cabinets going here, drop down with a pantry, big cabinet. So maybe I'll lightly sand those screw holes and fill them and restain where you won't know they're there unless you're looking for them. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for viewing.